The Bowery has been changing for years. What used to be a lighting and kitchen supply district and a seedy haven for derelicts, junkies, and artists is now home to multi-million-dollar apartment complexes, art museums, galleries, and five-star restaurants, wineries, and hotels.
40 years ago, when you walked these streets, this was a haven for alcoholics all over the United States of America. So there would be bodies that would be lying here, bloody, drunk bodies. And the tourists were very afraid of them because they looked so ugly. People who worked down here knew they were harmless. And as the years went by, it's changed radically. Today, one of these buildings that used to sell for $25,000, $40,000, and they used to exchange them like Monopoly, now sell for $5, $6, $7 million. Little small, three-story building. Been a radical change.
Larger luxury buildings and skyscrapers on the Bowery come at an even higher price tag. The newly constructed Cooper Union building cost over $114 million to build, and the new museum came at an over $100 million price tag.
Once you gentrify a neighborhood with high-rises and expensive buildings, all the character and the history of the neighborhood goes, of course. I mean, you know, Chinatown is still horrible and it still has all the flavor and the character, but there's been a radical change down here.
In 2006, the legendary CBGB's on Bowery and Bleecker closed, and a year later sold to men's high-end fashion designer John Varvatos.
You know, I used to sort of fear walking home and putting your key in the front door without someone whacking you over the head. And it's just now become like everything else.
Because I haven't been in New York City very long, but I've read the history books and I've read all this amazing stuff about New York City, and then I come here and it's really, I see a bunch of skyscrapers, I see a bunch of new apartment buildings, I see the new museum with big flashy neon lights, then I see these kind of ugly, decaying old buildings, just this weird stark contrast. And I think if you're going to get rid of history, why get rid of CBGBs? Why not get rid of the stuff that's that makes me afraid that every time I walk down the Bowery, I'm going to get killed?
This area really has probably undergone as radical a change as any area in Manhattan could have. I mean, over there you have ABC land, Alphabet land, you know about the Lower East Side. There you couldn't walk. There were drugs, prostitutes, robbers, killers. You couldn't walk there. Today, you buy a two-bedroom car for $800,000, $900,000 on Avenue A, B, and C. You literally could not walk there 30 years ago. You take your life. I mean, you could, but you take your life in your hands. Today, it's gentrified.
And be really pretentious now and quote, "Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it." And I mean, just because things are new doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to be better.
I'm Brooke Elliott, reporting from NYU Tonight.